Good morning, everyone. I'm going to start the meeting now. It is 11 o'clock. My name is Reno Gabe. I am the Assistant Director, International Scholarships at the Department of Education and Training. I will be facilitating today's information session. In today's session, we are going to take a closer look at the Mauritius Africa Scholarship Scheme. The Department of Education and Training is the nominating agency for South African students who wish to go and study in Mauritius. It is a great pleasure for us to present you this morning's information session. It will be a great opportunity for you to learn more about the program and the opportunities that it presents. The department is delighted to bring up this information session in collaboration with Education, Science and Technology in Mauritius. It would not have been possible for this session to take place in government and our various partners, and we do not take this partnership for granted. We really appreciate our partners for always being willing to participate. We'll therefore like to extend our welcome to our guests and our partners from the government of Mauritius, Mr. David Philippe, who's the administrator from the Treasury Directorate, who will also deliver the presentation. This morning, we are joined by our two student scholarship recipients, Ms. Lisa Klute, who is a Mauritius, and also Mr. Matthew Gavenda, who is also a BSc student at the University of Technology, Mauritius. They will be sharing with you their experiences and how it is studying in Mauritius. We sincerely appreciate you being with us today. And just to let you know, the session is recorded and it will be provided to you after the presentation. We do urge you to take the information sessions to take part in the session, especially during the question and answer session. As you all know that the application will close on the 22nd of March. So it is good for you to take more information and what is it that you need. Please use this time to ask questions that you were struggling with. If you have questions during the session, please feel free to put them in the chat box while we are busy with the presentation. We will attend to them later on. We sincerely hope that you will leave the session encouraged, informed about what needs to be done, and also keen to share what you have learned with those who couldn't attend. I would like to welcome the first presentation, also view of the scholarship, what are the eligibility criteria, the universities that are participating, and what you also need to pay attention to when you submit your application. Mr. Felipe, over to you, sir.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you for this opportunity to present the Mauritius Africa Scholarship scheme to South African potential students. And I believe probably some of our parents are also here. Because of the limited bandwidth that have been allotted, I will turn off my camera in a few minutes as soon as I will start my presentation. I will encourage you to jot down your questions during the presentation to keep them. And then after the presentation, if you have any question, I will be more than willing to provide additional clarification and information if need be. Is that okay for you, Ms. Joy Nogabe? Can I move forward with the presentation if it's fine with you? I will switch off my camera after that.
Yes, you may. Okay, yes, you may proceed. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. So what I will do, I will share my screen for the presentation. So I believe you must have the presentation on screen now. Can I have a high?
Not yet. I think it is coming.
Is it okay?
Okay, still not.
Can you just tell me as soon as you have the presentation, then I will start.
Okay. Maybe you can email it to me. I'll flag it. I'll show it from my end.
Okay, you still don't have it?
No, not yet.
But then I believe
Oh,
that
it appears on others. It might be my problem, so it's fine. You may proceed.
Okay. Okay, so I think the presentation is on the screen now.
Okay.
For this edition, so there's no need for me to present me again. I think Ms. Ngabe did it. I'm Mr. David Gino-Philippe, the administrator from the Tertiary Education Scientific Research Division of the Ministry of Education of Mauritius. And today the presentation, I will briefly go through the scheme, what it includes, who are those who are eligible, and the qualification requirements for to be eligible for the scholarships, where you can apply, what the scholarship covers and what the scholarship does not cover, other pertinent information that I think is worth you noting, and then the visa application, which last year has been an issue for some of the applicants. I will try to provide information on that part too. And then some reason why you should be choosing Mauritius for your higher, to consider Mauritius for your higher studies. So let us jump in the scheme. What is the scheme really? So since 2013, the government of Mauritius has been providing 50 scholarships. 50 scholarship to resident citizens of all member states of the African Union. The scheme is termed MASS, M-A-S-S, because it's a diminutive for Mauritius Africa Scholarship Scheme. Now, the scholarship is only for full-time on-campus study. It cannot be part-time. And it is for undergraduate, and undergraduate will include diploma, degree, as well as MPhil PhD program. And all these programs, all these scholarships are offered under public higher education institution in Mauritius. What are the eligibility criteria? Now, the eligibility criteria, I will break. The first part is
Good morning. It seems as if we're having some technical challenges. Participant cannot hear Mr. David. I am not sure if it is from his end. Can you please indicate if you are able to hear him so that maybe I can connect with him to check if he is audible? Okay, I think while he is still trying to reconnect, maybe what we should do this time, in the interest of time, we can give these opportunities to the student, the scholarship recipients, to share their experiences while we are trying to get Mr. Philip back online. Lisa, I will start with you since you've been there the oldest. You can share your presentation now. Lisa, you are on
Sorry,
mute.
can they hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry, let me just move this a bit. Okay. Good day, everyone. So I am Miss Lisa Klute, and I'm currently in the final year of my PhD. Um, yeah, I didn't do a presentation as they told me I only have 5 minutes to speak and basically just tell you about my positive experience here in Mauritius. So I was lucky enough to be awarded. I was sorry, the signal is very bad. Um, I was lucky enough to be awarded the Mauritius Africa Scholarship when I was already busy studying in Mauritius. I was originally asked to come do my postgraduate project under a different scholarship. However, due to COVID, everything was kind of came to an end and the project hadn't ended yet. And I was without a scholarship. And my parents told me about the Mauritius Africa Scholarship, and I applied, not knowing if I would be able to get it. And I even when I was speaking to the nomination committee, they actually told me that the Mauritius Africa Scholarship hadn't been awarded to a postgraduate student yet. And as far as I know, I was the first postgraduate student it was awarded to. Um, and they actually told me that it wasn't likely since the Mauritius Africa Scholarship wasn't awarded to a postgraduate student before. But luckily enough, they nominated me, and I was lucky enough to receive. Because I was able to receive it, I'm now in my final year of my postgraduate studies or of my doctorate degree, and I hope to submit my thesis by the end of the year and complete my studies in Mauritius. I don't know if you have any questions further. But basically, I've really enjoyed my time in Mauritius. I've enjoyed the people. They've been nothing but kind to me, and I feel like with Mauritius, if you want to do postgraduate, don't be afraid, do it. And I apologize, the signal um, was lost there. But yes, please do apply and do the effort to apply. And all I can say is I've really enjoyed it. And Mauritius and the Higher Education Commission, thank you for giving me this opportunity. And as for the University of Mauritius, it is what you make of it. So if you go in with a positive attitude, it can only be positive. Okay, so thank you. That's all from me. But yes, if there's any question, please don't hesitate to ask.
Thank you so much, Lisa, for that. I'm now going to give, yes, thank you so much for that. I'm now going to give Matthew an opportunity to present. After Matthew, then we'll go back to Mr. David.
Hi, ma'am. Can everyone hear me? Okay. Well, first I want to thank the department for inviting me here, and as well as for awarding me with the Mauritius Africa Scholarship. It's been a blessing to my life, really, in many ways. I think both academically and holistically, because coming to Mauritius, I've obviously have been given an undergraduate scholarship, so this is basically my first year, and at the moment, it's coming straight out of high school, going into university now in a different country. It's a bit of a daunting thing, especially living on your own and stuff like that. But it teaches you things that it teaches you your essential life skills because having to live independently, to budget properly, to understand the value of things, as well as that to understand different currencies and people, to get to know people, to talk to people, to open up. I'm typically more of a quiet person who doesn't typically talk to people, but this has opened me up and allowed me to, or sort of forced me to, but it's a good thing to actually talk to other people, because now they the native language here obviously would be Creole or French, and the with my complexion, the native people, typically the Mauritian people, they would think of me as Mauritian as well. So I obviously have to clarify that I'm actually from South Africa. I speak English mainly, and they are very friendly, very nice people. They want to help you. At university, my fellow students at university are also very helpful, very talkative, very nice people. You just have to make the effort. Um, the lecturers are very kind and helpful as well. They're very passionate about what they're teaching, which is very good. That's what you want in a lecturer. Um, it's it's a very very good experience, is what I can say. It's definitely something worth doing, and I found myself enjoying life in Mauritius quite well, and a lot more oftentimes than even in South Africa. Though South Africa is a wonderful country, where we're all from, but I definitely think Mauritius is a good country to come to experience those different, how do I say, lifestyles. Because in here you come across, I have a couple notes here. um the people here are, oftentimes they won't necessarily be too hasty with what they are recommending you. So you'll have to find yourself, I don't know, I'm really ranting on about something else. But definitely I would recommend the scholarship. I have enjoyed my time here, and if there's any questions, feel free to ask. Thank you.
Uh, Sorry about that. Thank you, Matthew and Lisa. I'm struggling with my connectivity today. Mr. David Felipe, are you back online? Are you able to continue the presentation? It seems as if you are still struggling to get him back online. Okay. Okay. Uh, Please, can you indicate if you can hear him, because I can't from my end, but please indicate if you can, then we'll continue with the presentation. Apologies everyone for our technical glitches. Let's wait for Mr. Felipe to rejoin us so that we can continue with the session. In the meantime, what I can also mention about the application process, please remember you need to submit, if you're a South African, you need to submit your application through to the International Scholarship email address, which you can get from our website. All the application and the supporting documents should be submitted by the 22nd of March, after which we will shortlist. Once after the shortlisting, you will be invited for interviews. Once you are selected, you will then move into the next round of selection, where you will then be, the names will be sent to the government of Mauritius for further consideration. We are required to submit 15 names. So out of the 15, Mr. Felipe will explain what will be the process from their end, but that will be the process from us as the South African government. Thank you. I can also, let me see, we have 2 hands that are up. Let me also take those comments. Okay. Let me see. I'm also struggling from my end. Maybe I should leave and rejoin the session. Okay, I'm struggling with my laptop, but I'm going to read questions from my mobile device. So let me check the first one from Agnes. Which courses are funded? All programs are funded. The only ones that are not funded are those programs that take longer than 4 years, like for your medical programs are not funded by the scholarship program. Amanda, Ms. Lee has responded, this is a full-time scholarship program. You should be in Mauritius in order for you to be funded by the scholarship. Does the scholarship also cover honors degree? No, it does not cover honors degree. It's bachelor's, master's, and a PhD. Mr. Gino will explain further when he is back online. Where can I get more information for funding for collaborative research? Prof, this is mainly for the 3 categories, master's, PhD, and bachelor's, including diploma candidates. So for now, we do not have any funding for collaborative research. However, Mr. Gennaro might further explain if there are any opportunities for those who want to do collaborative research. With each university. There is also an application fee that is charged by participating institutions. The department is also assisting in that regard. If you need you need some funding for that, please send us a notification that you will be requesting funding for us to cover your application fee. Yes, you need to apply to a university and for the scholarship. So the application to the university should be, you should do that before the closing date. We need proof that you have applied to a university in Mauritius for us to consider your application. All PhD programs are covered, not only for, yeah, all programs, PhD, because I see chemistry or engineering courses, the scholarship covers all programs.
I tried on another, sorry to disturb you, I tried on another device. I hope this one is working.
Yes, we can hear you now. Thank you. You may proceed with the presentation.
Yes, do you still hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
But I think there is something which is, I think it should be on my side. I will try to mute one of the devices. Okay, now it should be okay. Yes, I don't remember where I was. If there's any question which I should answer, or you want me to restart my presentation, can you just guide me on this, please?
I think the best would be for you to restart the presentation, because I think other people have missed most of your presentation.
Okay, so I'm trying to have the PowerPoint on the screen, so I think now it is. Yes, can I start?
Yes. You may
Okay.
start.
So apologies for these delay and these technical problems. I think there was an issue with the sound rather than the bandwidth. So concerning the presentation, I would have to go a bit quicker than I planned to. So first about the scheme. Now the scheme was in fact implemented in 2013, and Mauritius offers 50 scholarships to member states of the African Union. And these scholarships are for full-time, on-campus undergraduate studies, as well as MPhil PhD studies in public higher education institutions in Mauritius. Who are those who are eligible to apply? So these are the eligibility criteria for everyone who wants to apply. If you are a South African citizen with strong academic records, you can apply. Number two, if you're opting for undergraduate studies, then you must be between 18 to 26 as at 1st January 2025. If you are choosing an MPhil PhD program, then you must be below 40 at 1st January 2025. You must be proficient either in English or in French. You must have also secured a seat in one of the universities in Mauritius. And you must not have or be the beneficiary of another scholarship from Mauritius to be able to benefit from the Mauritius Africa Scholarship. And there is a minimum academic requirement, which will depend on the level you're applying for, and we'll discuss about this in the forthcoming slides. So apart from the general eligibility criteria, it is good also for you to know that we do have specific criteria for the different levels. If you want to do diploma in Mauritius under the Mauritius Africa Scholarship Scheme, the minimum qualification is the school certificate, or what we refer as the IGCSE, the O level, or any qualification which is equivalent. And in fact, just to inform you, the South African National Senior Certificate is pitched one level higher than the above mentioned qualification, meaning that if you have the South African National Senior Certificate, you can apply for diploma program. You're eligible too. Now, if you want to do a degree program instead, for a degree program, you must have the National Senior Certificate with a minimum of 60% average mark, or an overall average of 12/20, or any qualification which is equivalent to A level, which we call in Mauritius the higher school certificate. Just to inform you that for your end of secondary qualification, South Africans are eligible to apply for degree program directly in Mauritius. But please also note that all selected candidates will be requested to have a verbal interaction virtually with us, with a team, prior to the award of the scholarship. Now, the third category is for those who will be opting for master's, MPhil, PhD program. Now, for MPhil, PhD program, you must have an undergraduate degree with at least an upper second class, that is a GPA or a CPA greater than 60%. And of course, if you have a master, it will be a definite advantage. Now, another condition that we'll have to meet when you're applying is at the time of submitting your application, you will have to provide us with the name and written acceptance of a proposed supervisor in Mauritius. So for those going for MPhil PhD, you're advised to consult our website, and there you will have a list of research themes, research interests, and possible supervisors and their contact number. And also, when you're submitting your application for MPhil PhD, please bear in mind that we will be expecting an abridged research proposal for MPhil PhD. There is a format to guide you what are the information that you will have to give us at the time of application. Now, these are about the criteria. Where can you apply? In fact, you can apply to any public higher education institution in Mauritius. Just as a guide, if you are going for undergraduate program, that is degree or diploma, you have a list here. I will give a copy of the presentation so that this can be shared and you can use it later on. So it can be from the University of Mauritius to Polytechnics Mauritius to the Mauritius Institute of Education. One of the nine in the list will do if you're opting for undergraduate or a diploma program. If you want to go for MPhil PhD, now only these 3 universities can offer MPhil PhD in Mauritius. So it is the University of Mauritius, the University of Technology Mauritius, and l'Université Mascarenhs for those who will prefer to do their studies in French or have a greater exposure in French during their studies. Now, concerning the programs, I heard the question, it has been answered just before. In fact, all programs you can choose, but the program's duration for a degree must not exceed 4 years of duration. It must be less than 4 years, meaning that the only program which we have, which you will not be able to benefit, is the medicine program. But apart from medicine, all other programs you are eligible to apply for under the Mauritius Africa Scholarship Scheme. Now, what does the scholarship cover? And what does the scholarship exclude also? So the scholarship, you will be provided with a tuition fee, which will pay, I can tell you, the total cost of your tuition fee. You won't have to add anything to your tuition fee. It will be completely paid, as well as your general fee or any annual fee which may accompany your studies. This is covered fully under the scholarship. Secondly, you will also be provided with a monthly living allowance. Presently, it stands at 14,200 Mauritian rupees. And the good news, this is being reviewed and it will be reviewed upward. And I think this will be official before the next intake in August. So there will be a significant increase in the monthly living allowance. We are expecting this in the months to come. Number 3, the scholarship also concerning the living allowance, it meets, of course, part of your living expenses. It will be enough for you just to have a living. You may be required perhaps to top it up, but not by that much, but the revised amount must, I think, cover the full expense for you to stay in Mauritius. Number 3, the scholarship also covers a return airfare by the most economical route, South Africa, Mauritius, and Mauritius back to South Africa. Beneficiaries are entitled to free healthcare in Mauritius, in a public hospital in Mauritius, and at the same conditions as Mauritian national receive care. It means it covers everything that a Mauritian will benefit in a public hospital. So the scholars will benefit the same services. Number 5, free public transport through bus and metro to and from the university. Now, other pertinent information which I think it's worth noting. Donc, number 1, application must be submitted through the official nominating agency.
we will not accept applications submitted directly to Mauritius. You must go through the nominating agency. The list of successful applicants will be communicated to the nominating agency by end of August 2024. And also a communique will be placed on the Mauritian Ministry of Education website. And also all candidates, whether they are selected or not selected, will be informed through mail, the mail that you will be provided in your application form. Applicants are advised also to read carefully the guidelines for applicants before filling the application form, because incomplete application form or wrongly filled application form may entail elimination from your elimination of your application. Awardee will have to make prior arrangement with the university in Mauritius with regard to accommodation facilities available. And also the awardee will have to liaise with the university for application of visa prior to traveling to Mauritius. Now, of course, the last part is very important. If you're already a holder of an undergraduate degree or you're already a holder of a PhD degree, you cannot apply for the same level of studies. What does this mean? If you're already holder of an undergraduate, you cannot apply for an undergraduate program. And a PhD holder cannot apply, of course, for a PhD scholarship in Mauritius. Now, these information, how are they disseminated and where can you find those informations? So number one is the embassies. We will send all the information through the embassies, and the embassies will propagate in the countries through your Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Also, the information is available with the nominating agencies. We send the information to all our nominating agencies, and the nominating agencies will disseminate the information. We also have the same information on the website of the Ministry of Education in Mauritius, as well as the regulatory bodies in Mauritius. And if you connect to SADC, to the African Union, to the COMESA, or to UNESCO office in your country, they will be able to provide you information on the scholarship. Now, before going to the next part, I don't know if you're still viewing. Yeah, you're viewing my screen. So the visa application. Last year, we had some issue with visa application. Why? I will just like to let you go through this slide, and I will say it later with you. So what is the process for you to obtain a visa in Mauritius? So this starts with you going to the university where you want to apply and secure a seat. You'll have an application fee to pay there. And if you have a seat, as soon as you have a seat in one of those institutions that was listed prior to it, then you can start your visa application by filling a form for entrance in Mauritius. When you will be filling this form, which is here, which is available on the Passport and Immigration Office of Mauritius, you will fill that form. And while filling that form, there will be a list of documents which will be required. We'll talk about that on the next slide. You will have to provide all these documents. And I think here there may be some issue and some difficulties, which I will try to provide maximum information to help you. Once you provide all these information and you have a seat, then you go through your university, you submit all these to the university, and the university will submit all these information to the Passport and Immigration Office in Mauritius. If all the documents are fine, are okay, you will have your visa within 2 weeks. I say it well, if all documents are fine, then within 2 weeks, you will be having your visa. And with this visa, which is a provisional visa, you can travel to Mauritius. You travel to Mauritius with that provisional visa. And once in Mauritius, you will be asked to submit additional medical information on yourself and to submit additional proof that you've started your study. And once you have these, then finally, you will be if you satisfied all the conditions, you will be having a confirmed student visa for the duration of your study, and you can start your study. Now, what are those documents that you must have handy? Application to enter Mauritius. This you will be having on the website of the Passport and Immigration Office. Your university will help you with that. 2 passport photo, photocopy of your biodata page of your passport, original letter of admission. That's why I was telling you, you must secure a place first before you submit your visa application. So you will need this letter from your university. And if you benefit from the scholarship, you will need a letter of offer for the scholarship as a proof that you have the funding to fund your studies in Mauritius. This letter will serve as proof that you have the fund to study in Mauritius. So you will need the letter of offer of scholarship also. And then medical certificate. There are specific tests. When you go on the website, you will see the list of tests that you will have to go through in your medical certificate. And I think number 7 has been a source of an issue for previous applicants, the certificate of character. You will have to submit with your application for visa a certificate of character. And for those going for applying for the scholarship, it will be a good idea for you to apply for the certificate of character as early as possible, because I've learned that it will take some time for you to obtain it from the South African authorities. And finally, you will need a letter from landlord in Mauritius for proof of accommodation. And with this also, your university will help you so that you can get that and submit for your provisional visa to travel to Mauritius. And I would like to end my presentation with this point. Why Mauritius for your higher studies? For those who have been in Mauritius, just 5 points. The quality of education. You can have qualifications that are recognized in most of European countries, in Africa, in the whole of Africa, in several parts of the world. And you will be having the same time of qualification, because very often they are awarded by some of them in Mauritius, but some by foreign bodies and well-known universities. The unique student experience in Mauritius, a safe place to be, peaceful, and really, as a student, it's the place to be. The cost of living is really affordable. I believe that if the cost of living you're having in South Africa is not so much different that you will be having in Mauritius, it is comparable. And you will have the possibility to mingle with a society where you will be meeting people, because we are really a melting pot in terms of culture from all parts of the world. You just name it. You will have the Chinese, you will have the Indians, you will have the Europeans, you will have the Africans, you will have people from Madagascar. It's a real place where you have different cultures, and it will be a real opportunity for you to have this cultural mingling within a small country. And finally, wherever you will be studying in Mauritius, wherever university you will be studying in Mauritius, you will not more than 15 away from a beautiful beach. So this also adds to the peace, to the quality of life in Mauritius. I will be sharing this information. If you need any additional information, please revert. I will be more than happy to share, whether through mail or through other means, any other information that you may require. I will be here to help you. So once again, apologies for this delay. I've tried to catch up on the presentation. If you have any questions, I will be more than happy to provide additional clarification. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Philippe, for that presentation. And once more, we would like to apologize for the technical glitches. We will now take questions. Please indicate if you would like to ask a question. We'll give you that opportunity. Prof, I don't know if you still want to ask a question. I'm going to give you access to the mic so that you can ask your question. Then followed by Dumisani.
Thank you very much. Lovely presentation and a lot of information for undergraduate and especially for students. So it doesn't really affect me as an academic. So I would like to find out if there's any scholarship available for academicians like researchers, bilateral, any funding available to conduct research between South Africa and Mauritius. Thank you.
Okay. Now, thank you for the question. I think under this scholarship, you have observed that there's no funding for research as such. But I will advise you, there is possibility for having collaborative research funded by the Higher Education Commission for academics. If you can, I can share with you the link, the website. And there you will have all the information concerning the possibility for having collaborative research between South African researchers, academics, and Mauritian academics. And you will be having all the different possible grants and schemes that we have for academics.
I really appreciate if I can have that link. Thank you very much. I'm really looking forward to have some collaborative research with Mauritius.
I will share it with Ms. Mugabe, and I believe she will be doing the follow-up to make sure that you have the link to the website.
Wonderful. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And by the way, it was a very
Dimisani?
lovely country. I just visited last year. Thank you.
I'm waiting for results for masters. So I want to apply for PhD to Mauritius. Will that affect my application as my results are not yet out?
Now, I believe at the time when you will be submitting your application, we will be expecting that you have your confirmed result, your final result approved, and then only you will be able to apply for the scholarship. If this is not possible, then what I will advise you, if you have a lower qualification, if you can apply for other programs, but not for the PhD, because for the MPhil PhD, the bachelor degree is mandatory, and we will, of course, we understand that it may take some time on your side to have your final result, but we will need the final confirmed result before we process your application.
Okay, thank you. So, ma'am, where do we send the request? Let's say for application fee to Mauritius, where do we send for the request?
Now, it's good that we talk about the application fee. When you're submitting an application to any university, this will be accompanied by an application fee. The application fee, I will give you an idea. It should be around not exceeding $50 for your application. Most of the university, they have a payment system either through credit card or through online transfer. So you will have to go on the website, check on the website, because different universities have different mode of payment. But usually it will be either by credit card or by online transfer. But a good news is that all those who will be successful, those who will be awarded the scholarship, even the application fee will be refunded.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, colleagues. I'm now going to give Sumaili, Kanya, Eva, Neod, and Tembe in that order.
Good day. Thank you so much for this opportunity. I wish to ask, in fact, I would like to get some advice. Do you think that it's a wise decision to apply, at Mauritius to study? Like, for an example, I possess a master's degree, and then I wish to study further and do my PhD in Mauritius. And then would you advise that I apply in Mauritius first and be admitted, get a supervisor before I even apply for the scholarship? Do you advise that, or maybe I should do both at the same time? Thank you.
Okay, no, you must have already have a seat and have a contact with your supervisor and having an idea of your research first. This can be done prior to applying to the scholarship. This must be completed prior to applying to the scholarship. You must already know your supervisor, have been in contact with the supervisor, having initiated a discussion with him first. And when you are clear about in the direction you are going, then only you apply for the scholarship.
Okay, Tessa. Okay, sir. Thank you so much for clarity in that regard.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you for the opportunity. I would like to know, I've done my degrees in South Africa, but I'm from DRC Congo. and it's part of the SADC countries. We also speak French there. So this scholarship, is it only for South African citizens, or even in my case, am I eligible to apply for my PhD, or I'm not? Thank you.
The scholarship is for member states of the African Union, and DRC is a member of the African Union. So you are fully eligible to apply. But the only perhaps hurdle for you is that you will have to submit your application to the nominating agency of the République Démocratique du Congo. You cannot submit it through South Africa nominating agency. You must be nominated by your country in which you are a citizen.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you.
So add to that, Sumaili, you must also check that closing date. We have different closing date as nominating agencies. So please contact your nominating agency for that closing dates.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Hi. Thank you so much for the great presentation. The technical difficulties tried to stop us, but we made it. It sounds like an incredible opportunity to study in Mauritius, and I'd be looking to apply for a PhD. But what are the working opportunities? Are there job opportunities following the studies? What's the working field like in Mauritius?
Concerning the working opportunities, number one, the law in Mauritius allows students to have a 20-hour work per week during their study. This is number one. During their study, students will be eligible to work 20 hours per week. And number two, after completing your studies, though the purpose of the scholarship is to empower the whole of Africa, and we will encourage you to go back to your country to serve in your country. There is the possibility of, there are 3 different schemes depending on the field of study in which you are. In certain field of study, there is a post-study visa that there is a possibility for you to apply. And if you fit into this category, you can secure a work permit in Mauritius for some time, and the possibility to work after your studies too. But this is field specific. There are specific fields where you will have the post-study visa.
Okay, perfect. All right, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Newo, Tembe, and Bulenda.
Oh, thank you. Good
Okay,
day.
all
Thank
right.
you for the opportunity.
Oh,
Can you hear me?
it's not my turn.
Oh, it's my turn now.
Temba is my turn. Anybody can go, it's fine.
Oh, okay, I'll start then. I have only one question. I want to ask if this scholarship does it fund the honors degree in chemical engineering. That's my question.
Yes, you can go for a BEng, a Bachelor in Chemical Engineering in Mauritius. I think you can have it at the University of Mauritius Chemical Engineering, and the scholarship do cover studies in any field of engineering, whether it is electrical, mechanical, or chemical, or even civil.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Just to clarify, the Tembe honors program in Mauritius, it's 4 years. It's inclusive of your bachelor's and the honors CA. So it is not the same as the honors program in South Africa. So please, if you want to apply for honors, I would suggest to complete your honors in South Africa, or unless if you want to go into the 4-year program.
Oh, okay, I don't I have a problem with 4 years.
Okay.
Hello?
Hello? You still hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, Nevo. Or is Bulenda? Bulenda, continue.
Good morning, and It's your turn already, but thank you for the presentation. I want to ask about the employment status of an individual who's applying. Does it affect, for example, maybe someone is white, are they eligible for the scholarship? And if yes, how does it work between the studying part and the employment on the other side?
Now,
I
Bulenda, we
didn't get
could
the
hardly
question
hear your
completely.
questions. I'm not sure if Mr. Philippe followed through.
No. I didn't get the question, but if you can help me with, I will be more than happy to answer, but I didn't get the question.
Okay.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Much better now.
Okay. My question was, does the employment status of an applicant affect the procedure? And if maybe someone is employed, can they apply? Are they eligible for this scholarship? If yes, are there any arrangements between during the studying period and the employer? Thank you.
Now, I will try to answer this question by just stating that the scholarship will be offered only for full-time on-campus studies, whether it is undergraduate diploma or MPhil PhD, meaning that the person will have to be physically present in Mauritius for the duration of the study. Now, concerning the arrangement, I think this will, perhaps Mr. Nugabe will be in a better position to answer this question. But what I can say is that for the Mauritius Africa Scholarship, it is a full-time on-campus program only.
Thank you, Mr. Philippe. For if you are employed, it is your responsibility to request time off from your employer. Unfortunately, there's nothing that you can do to intervene as the department. Remember, you are the one who signed the employment contract, so it will be between you and your employer.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Can I come in?
Is it Newa? Yes, Newa,
Yes.
you may proceed.
Okay, thank you for the presentation. My question is around the application fee for undergraduate qualification. I wanted to find out, is there an application fee? And if so, how much will it be? And also I wanted to find out if whether do you have the postgrad qualification, do you need the person to be full-time in Mauritius, or can it be part-time? Thank you.
Yes, I will add on this. The application fees vary from university to university, but I've checked all of them. The maximum you will pay is $50. Some of them are lower than that, but the maximum, wherever you will be applying, the application fee will not exceed $50. And for I've said before, for all successful applicant, the application fee will be refunded when they will be in Mauritius. And concerning mode of study, it must be on campus and full time. It cannot be distance mode. It cannot be part time. So the scholarship, the scheme is only for full time on campus study.
Thank you so much. I'm going to give Kabelo, and the last person will be Mahlatse. I'll just go through, run over because we lost a lot of time. So I'm just going to give them opportunity, then we'll wrap up after the two candidates. Kabelo? Mahlatse, please ask your question.
Okay, thank you for the opportunity and thank you for the wonderful presentation. So I need to understand that, is this scholarship for the academic year of 2024? And like, it's only now that I'm hearing about this, like, and I can see that the closing date is on the 22nd of March. So like, am I expected during like this time frame to secure a space into this university? Like, what am I expected to do here? Because I'm just hearing about this now, and then already like closing here, and then I have to secure a space in university. Like, how do I go about this? Thank you.
Now, the scholarship is for academic year starting in 2024. So University Mauritius, most of them will be starting around August, September 2024. Your deadline for application for your nominating agency has been set to 22nd of March, if I get it well. Now, but it is the appropriate time for you to apply. Why? Because the application windows for the universities right now, they are open. If you have a look at the different websites, you will see the program. You can apply, and I think you will be having you can send that you're applying for Mauritius Africa Scholarship, and if you can secure a seat by the set deadline of your nominating agency, you can still submit your application form. And I think there is still the possibility for you to consider, unless you're an MPhil PhD student, this may be more challenging. But if you are going for undergraduate, it is still possible for you to apply up to 22nd of March if you can secure a seat by that time. And if you cannot, I will recommend you to look for the opportunity for next year, because it's a yearly program and you will have the opportunity next year to apply if you couldn't do it this year.
Yeah, I will take that because I want to do my PhD. I'm done with my undergrad, so I will
But
just consider applying
if it
for
is
next
PhD,
year.
then it will take you some time. Maybe I will advise you to get in touch with your supervisor to get your everything ready, and you apply for the next academic.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Tabelo?
Question here is this scholarship only for students pursuing higher honors or PhDs, or even those who are doing undergraduate, they can still apply? Because I'm doing my final year and I will next year I'm considering to do my honors degree, so I want to know if whether I'm eligible to apply. And last question is, which courses are funded for the scholarship? Thanks.
So if I get you well, you are already a student at the university, but you have not completed your program yet.
Yeah, I'm doing my final year this year.
Okay. So if you're doing your final year, my personal advice is for you to complete your final year first, and then you apply for next year for the MPhil PhD if you're still interested. Because it isn't worth it for you to apply for a degree program to start afresh in Mauritius. You're on the verge of completing your studies, complete it, and then after that you apply for your MPhil PhD next year.
Oh, okay. I understand that quite well. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, colleagues. Mr. Philippe, thank you so much for allowing us this opportunity to share the opportunities, the Mauritius Africa Scholarship Scheme opportunity with the participants from South Africa. We always appreciate our different partners' time to give available advices to candidates. I hope the candidates have learned more of the opportunity. Please note we will share the presentation with you. I would like to make some few comments regarding the scholarship. As you have all heard, if you have an undergraduate qualification, you cannot apply for the same level of qualification. If you want to pursue an honors, we advise you that you complete your honors in South Africa, then you will apply for MPhil in Mauritius if you are interested. There is still time for you to submit your application. Even if you haven't started with your application to a university in Mauritius, you just need to submit a proof that you have submitted your application to a university, even if they haven't responded. So please submit your application. I think you still have more than 2 weeks left, so you are welcome to submit your application. I have shared the email address where you need to send your application in the comments in the chat. So please look at the application process. The link to the call, to the advert is also in the chat. Please have a look at all the criteria. It is also in our website. To conclude, I would like to thank you all for attending this morning session. We, as mentioned, we apologize for the technical glitches. We did not anticipate that we will experience these challenges, but things happen. However, we would like to thank you all for sticking with us up until this moment, and we hope that you have learned a lot about the Mauritius Africa Scholarship Scheme, and you will submit the application. In terms of the application fee, as I've mentioned, we do assist with the payment. We will only assist 15 candidates who have submitted their completed application by the 15th of March. So if you have submitted your complete applications by the 15th, you will qualify for that assistance from the department. Thank you all, and have a good day. That's all from us. Goodbye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.